February 25th, 1982 was the day that I came into this world. My given name at birth was Desra Fran Sheets. Sheets, which was my mother's maiden name. My father's name was Jeffrey Reichman, and he was in the picture, but they were not married, so I was given her name at birth, not his. Obviously, I don't remember much about the first few years of life, probably to my benefit that there is no recollection of those years. My childhood was pretty normal, or what I was aware that was normal. I remember occasional fighting between my parents. I do have a brother. He is 16 years older than me. And even though he and I did have a relationship when I was a child, obviously we weren't close due to the amount of years that was between us. Also, I don't ever remember a time when we lived in the same home. So I would say that I grew up as an only child. We lived in Meigs County on Silver Ridge Road, and the majority of my mother's family also lived on that road. At a very young age, my mom and my dad moved to the state of Virginia. I begged to stay with my grandmother. She was my saving grace. My mom agreed to let me live with my grandmother in Ohio while her and my father moved to the state of Virginia. And I want to say I was between 3 and 5 years old when they left. I had zero clue as to why they left. The next few years while I was living with my grandmother, my life was a dream. That is one person that I can say loved me with zero restrictions or demands. She passed away when I was 10 years old, and at that point, I was made to go back and live with my parents. Sometime during my kindergarten year, which I did live with my grandmother, my parents did get married while living in Virginia. So my name changed from Sheets to Reichman. And I solely remember this incident because my cousins and I were in the same grade, and we all stood together in any line that we were stood in. Recess line, pickup line, we always stood together. And when my name changed, I was moved away from them and put at the end of the line. And I was alone. That is all I'm going to give in this video. However, if anything I just said you want to hear more, please continue for part 2. It will be uploaded in the next day or so. Thank you all so much for listening.